Hi everyone! Welcome to the video. My name is Zion Fox and welcome to the channel. Today we're doing something a little bit different. For those of you who were unaware, I was one of the players in the V-Origin Minecraft SMP server Season 0. It is about 5 to 6 days until the end of the season, and there's a lot of people whose houses are getting nuked and blown up, and I would really like to go ahead and get like a little house tour, or island tour rather, to show y'all some of the builds that I was working on. To preface, I'm not super amazing at Minecraft. I've played on and off for years, but never really got into really doing much other than making like dirt huts and exploring. So I'm very proud of what I have accomplished this season, basically coming in like a blank slate. I will let y'all know ahead of time that we are playing modded Minecraft, and as far as I know, there are multiple mods. There's Croptopia, there's the Create mod, there's the Steam Engines mod. I don't know what it's officially called, but you can make like trains and stuff. And then there's also like the Apocalypse mod, but I didn't really get into that. So yeah, let's, without further ado, get into this, and hopefully we can make it through without getting interrupted. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start here on the dock. This is basically the landing place of my island, the easiest way to get access to it. Yes, that right there was not my design choice. That was made for me, but yes, there is a railway that connects quite a few of our houses. And from here, you see, welcome to Zion's Land. Yes, I never actually made a name for my island, so you'll have to forgive me. I'll do better about that in Season 1, because yes, I will be returning for Season 1. All right, here we have my public nether portal, I guess you could say. I wanted to play around a little bit with textured blocks, so I did the cobblestone, the deep slate. I made quartz, netherite quartz, block of quartz from the nether quartz that I got. Then we have like magma cubes, netherrack back there. We got some glass. Yeah, it's still very cubular in view, but it still was something that I was very proud of, because it was the first like thing that I really tried to like make look nice on the server outside of my house. Then we come over here, and this is typical Zion fashion. This really, really ugly staircase. But, you know, it's function, not beauty. We come all the way to the tippy top of my island. You see the railway there. Boom! Welcome to my island. Here we start off with the delivery and pickup. Yatta! There's not really much in there or anything at all right now, but everyone kind of made one of these because we were trading a lot. He's the guardian of the railway stuff, I guess. Somebody ended up putting him there because my foxes got loose. Next up, I made this structure for my little doggies because they kept getting wet. It kept raining, so I felt really bad about just like leaving them outside. So I made them their own little hut, their own little structure. Don't mind the lizards. I was trying to breed them and I didn't realize you could tame them. So I have lizards, but I do have onion and I have balto. Over here we've got just like a couple of composters. Use them for seeds and saplings and extra things of the like to make some bone meal. You'll notice very quickly that most, if not all, of my walkways are lined with the cobblestone bricks. I just really liked the look of it. Everything's very modular, very square. Here we have the first of 3 little groves of fruit trees. So we got 8 fruit trees here, different types of fruits. I really got into the Croptopia mod, so I was really, really into that, making a lot of different foods and cooking and whatnot, which you will see here rather quickly. I am very surprised I did not put the cave vines here. Somebody else did, ? But that's fine. My house was the first major structure I built on this island, and I actually built this on stream with a lot of people. So yeah, here is my house. It used to just be like this center structure. However, uh, when animals were lining the sides of my house, which you can see like the pins here, uh, when I moved those animals that were lining the sides of my house, I actually extended my house over on this side. So when you walk in, it is it's not a cult. I promise it is not a cult. Please stop. Don't. It's not. It's not a cult. As much as everyone wants to believe it's a cult, it's not. This is where I have my main storage, where pretty much anything and everything that you can think of. I just have a crap ton of it here. This painting is just like the most stupid thing, and people kept taking it down, which is why I put a second one out in the front. But I thought it was the stupidest thing because it's just a pig, and she makes it seem like so spectacular. But yeah, this is very simple functionality. You got storage, you got a place to rest your head. You've got, your basics as far as like your furnace, your crafting table, everything a girl could want in Minecraft for the basic Minecraft setup. So that is my house. I do have a side door exit. And along the back side is the only animals I kept next to my house, which is my foxes. I love my little fox babies. They're so cute. Next up is a structure I'm extremely proud of. Some people might think it's rudimentary, but to me, I worked really hard on it, okay? I was really excited. So this is my little cafe. The first major mod that I got into was the Croptopia mod. And so the Croptopia mod adds around like 100 new types of fruits and vegetables that you can find, a ton of new recipes. So I wanted to make a little cafe where I could cook and people could come visit my island. So you come inside and it's a lot of dark oak, another painting. You've got places for people to sit. And fun fact, the very first clue that we were given here in regards to the lore of the origins was given to us in these ornate barrels. So I decided to repurpose those and put them in here since they went along with the dark oak color. And so you got like just tons of different little things in here. A lot of my big food that I made is actually at spawn at the restaurant that I made in tandem with another player on the server, Peachy. So we'll go check that out in a few minutes. So when you exit out these doors, it gives you access to my original farming area. And then, if y'all hadn't noticed, there is actually a second story. And the second story is actually to take you to the storage room that is just for the Croptopia and food mod, basically. And yes, every single one of these barrels is filled to the brim with like every single one of them has tons of food in them. It's crazy. There is just so much to this mod. So it's a lot of fun. You may be wondering, why are there shroom lights? And it's for aesthetic purposes, not for the inside. But if you look at it from the outside, you can actually see the shroom lights from here. So it just looks like the lights are on upstairs. It's nice and warm. So yeah, that's I wanted to also try making a dormer here, and I really like how it turned out. It is getting dark, so let me go ahead and go to sleep really quickly. Some of you might have noticed earlier that Silinx got on and said hello, and I did not say hi back. The reasoning is that I have been trying to record this walkthrough for quite a while, like for the last few hours, and everyone and their dog wants to come and say hello to me. So in order to be able to finish this walkthrough, I decided to hold off on that. Here you will see fruit tree patches number 2 and number 3. So I just gather these fruits, and the products go up top into the storage of the cafe. Then we come to one of my newest and most impressive buildings by my standards. I finished going through the Croptopia mod. I got all the different types of fruits, all the different types of veggies, made darn near everything you could make. And then I moved on to the Create mod. The Create mod is extremely confusing, and I don't know what I'm doing 99% of the time. And if any of you know what you're doing, then I definitely commend you, because holy moly, this is so confusing. But hey, I made a few contraptions, which I will show you here in just a moment. Alright, so we go inside. I made crusher wheels. I made a infinite lava generator. If you come down here, it's infinitely creating lava down there. Which that lava goes via tubes all the way over here to that and then to this. So over here we have our crusher. So you put in metal ingots here, it crushes it, and it creates different plates. Then over here, all of this, these wheels and these two conveyor belts are for the trains. That's the main reason why I got into the Create mod, was for trains. So put the obsidian up here, it crushes, it gives us obsidian dust. We put the dust in here, it gets melted on by the lava, and then crushed twice, or pressed twice, and then it comes out with, I don't think there's any in here, but it comes out with sturdy sheets, which you need to make train compartments. And then over here, we put a wood slab, and it basically puts on a ingot, the nugget. So it puts a nugget down here, and it puts a nugget down here to put the two bars of the track. And then here it presses it all together, and it creates a track. This was originally retrofitted for making precision mechanisms, but as we ended or got closer to the end of the mod, this originally was a machine that was retrofitted for... This machine was originally made to make precision mechanisms. However, as we got closer to the end of the season, I realized I wasn't going to use precision mechanisms very much. So I had 18, and I figured that that was going to be more than enough for what I might discover throughout the course of the rest of the season. So I retrofitted this in order to make train tracks, which you need an iron nugget, which this presses down, an iron nugget, which it presses down, and then this, the pressing foot, presses it all together, and you get the train tracks. So this makes the train tracks, this makes the sturdy sheets, this gives us the obsidian dust for the sturdy sheets, this gives us the lava, infinite lava, needed for this spout to come out to make the sturdy sheets, and this presses ingots into regular sheets. And then you've got like a mason table, a forge, and a brewing stand. I really didn't do much potion brewing. I made this really awful looking bridge. I didn't know what else to do. I kind of wanted to make it look nicer than just a grass bridge that went across. I sadly did not have enough time throughout the course of the season to really do much with this side of the island. However, towards the end, I did put a... Oh, eggs. Though towards the end of the season, I did end up putting a makeshift barn here. So we got like my zebra, my boars, my chickens. So towards the end of the season, I did end up making this kind of makeshift barn. And let me tell you, it's a little bit chaotic, because you come in here in my sheep pen with chickens. You come over here, and it's cows with mushrooms and an egg. You come over here, it's boars with a chicken that matches the boars. Then you got the chickens where they're supposed to be, and then a cow. And then my zebras But there's a fox. Please do not ask me how all of that happened. I have no idea. That was not like that when I put them in here. The chickens, I swear, they roam. Anyways, next up we come over to basically my train making station. So towards the end of this season, I decided to focus my efforts on making trains and making trains look nice, making them look cool. Oh God. Let me in. Oh my gosh, I hate this. Let me out. Okay. Towards the end of this season, I wanted to do something completely off the cuff, something totally random that nobody would expect. And if you can't tell by the tracks beneath me, it's trains. I got into trains. There is a whole section of the Create mod pack that is nothing but trains. And oh buddy, did I make a train. I say that, but all I made was the train engine. I don't really know much about actually making trains, but hey, I tried, okay? Please give me credit for that. I'll show you in just a minute what the train ended up looking like. All right, so towards the end of this season, I decided to do something that nobody would expect, nobody was really looking into, and I decided to look into the Create mod pack, but specifically at the trains, because there's a whole section of that mod pack that has trains. And let me present to you my engine. My train. This is literally, it took so long to build because I decided on the worst materials to use to build this thing. But I have created this train and it is fully functioning. It will go wherever the track goes, and it can hold as many people as want to cram into a small square space. But yeah, I started looking into the train mods and I thought that was absolutely awesome looking. So I was really excited when I finally got it all together, though I will tell you it was one of the most infuriating mods that I've ever looked into. after having made this grand spectacular engine, now there is one last thing I'd like to show all of you. And it was actually the first big build that I had on this entire island, before the cafe, after the house, and it is my pride and joy. Now, you may have seen this and wondered, Zion, what is this? Why is this here? And I promise it is more than just a box. The original plan was to make a giant spruce dark oak tree that would cover my entire island. But that was a little bit too ambitious for me. So instead, you open those, you come in here, you come around, and you come down here into this seemingly unsuspecting room. And you see it, and you're like, oh, Zion, it's just an enchanting area. Wrong. You notice this? The difference? That's right. I have a secret trapdoor. Where does it lead? Well, let's go. If you go through the trap... Oh, my God. If you go through the trapdoor and down these stairs, you'll find yourself in what I call the seed bank. The seed bank houses every single plantable seed in the Croptopia mod pack. I got tired of having to search through everything. So, I made an area that has all of the crops. And it looks very nice right now because they're all very grown. And I originally was going to make another level that was going to house all the animals. But then I realized that that was going to be a bit of an annoyance. But if you come over here to this side, we have the storage room for the seed bank. We have a lot of the building materials. I ended up with so much cobblestone, then random stones here, a lot of clay, which I actually started utilizing for bricks. An emotional support green bean gets an emotional support. Then, on this side, we have all of the crops. And there's a lot of them. But I would like to give an honorable mention to our emotional support green bean. He helped us through some trying times. And someone attempted to steal him but couldn't find him. But that's okay, because he's here, where he should be. The emotional support green bean. I have a lot of these gold trapdoors around my island because I kept running into situations, especially when it came to the chickens, where I just had a ton of feathers. And I do have like almost a whole double chest of feathers. I do not need them. So I just have them as trash cans. We have the composter for extra seeds. We come over here, we have our extra ender chest. Then, I have all of the extra tools, all the extra weapons, all the extra books and armor that you could possibly need. And last but not least, you come over here. And this is my second nether portal, which I created and decorated down here. I really like how it turned out. And this nether portal was actually created so that way I could have a nether portal on the roof. However, half halfway through the season, and this is trivia, y'all might not know this, but halfway through the season, we were having so much trouble with our server host that we actually switched the people that we were hosting our server with. So we did our best to back up as much as possible and take that backup over to a different server host. And with that ruined our entire nether roof portal system. So this just connects to the same portal that my lower one does. But I do really like how this turned out as far as the aesthetics are concerned. And if you are wondering, all right, everyone. So I really hope that you enjoyed my little island tour. And if you'll give me... Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, everyone. One last thing before I sign off from this video. I had mentioned earlier in this video potentially that I had a build that I made at spawn. This build is the Sleepy Fox Hollow. It is so hard to see from this angle. So I worked together with another builder on the server whose name is Peachy. Both she and I really, really bonded over the fact that neither of us had much Minecraft experience, much less building experience. So we wanted to challenge ourselves to make something really cool, something really fun that everyone could use, and honestly, just to help build up spawn. So without further ado, let's go ahead and walk through this build really quickly. Unfortunately, there are still a lot of boxes and random building benches over here, but a lot of people have seemed to really enjoy coming over here so that they could use these as public domain. So we've just kind of left them up as people have needed, and these are all the different workbenches that you could possibly need. Here we have a fountain of purification. In these mod packs and origin packs, you can actually be cursed. So in order to uncursify yourself or to break your curse, you have to have a certain fountain with certain specifications. So this is that fountain with those certain specifications that anybody can use to uncurse themselves. We do have the mascot who's having some trouble. His name is Dinnerbone, and he is an axolotl. Yes, we did use the Dinnerbone trick to flip him upside down, so if he does look a little weird from normal axolotls, that is why. So we've got the Fountain of Purification here in the very front. Then, off to the side here, we've got a cute little azalea tree hollow where you can take pictures. It's really cute, just like a small little garden area, trying to preserve the kind of natural feel of the island. Then if you go to the other side, we have kind of a more outdoor deck eating area that matches Peachy's side of the build. And then in the center, we have a nice little courtyard that has a ton of little chairs that you can sit in, you can get out of, you can eat from, and just enjoy your stay. We've got a whole bunch of lanterns. The lanterns were specifically chosen to bond the lantern look on Peachy's side and the lantern look on my side. And then all of these cute little bushes and leaf bushes in order to hang them from. On my side, we have a stage. I have no idea where these little lightning bugs have been coming from. Yeah, I have no idea where these little lightning bugs have been coming from. That is not me. But I did make this stage. We added the speakers, and we are looking to potentially have a little little stage show, a talent show of some sorts, maybe a karaoke night, something just to celebrate the end of the season. So that will be coming up there. Then I was tasked with making a savory shop, a shop where you could buy savory type foods or get savory type foods. So welcome to McFoxy's. I wanted to keep the reddish pink vibe of the lower stage build, so I decided to use all of these cute little bricks. You come in and there's really awesome little windows that are part of the mod pack. Seats, and then just like my island where I have a countertop and you can get past the countertop like that. And there's tons of little things back here. We've got an iMud, but we've got a couple blast furnaces, a couple of regular furnaces. And then here, we've got tons of decorative barrels. But if you look here, you'll find a whole bunch of different food that you could make. Once again, I carried these gold lanterns all the way through. And that is McFoxy's. Up here was an area where we just never could decide what we wanted to put up here. So I put like a little decorative look on the floor as far as the pattern is concerned. And then as far as the last build of mine in the Sleepy Fox Hollow, it is the soda, which we ended up calling Soda Oda. And this one definitely was difficult for me because I wanted something that was different from both sides. And I ended up going with jungle wood and mangrove wood. And then in here, I did a copper wall. And then there's that pattern from up there, and then different color here. And then I did like a half wall, but diagonal. So I thought that was really interesting. Because if you look this way, there are people who come via boat this way. So it just makes it easier for them to hop into the shop and make it into the center corridor. Or center courtyard. Then on Peachy's side, because yes, I feel like Miss Peachy deserves a little bit of recognition because I'm so proud of her for doing so good on this build. On Peachy's side, we have a double decker just like on my side. And down here, she's got a little flower shop, which she has set up so that way we can get flowers to throw on the stage for anybody who is wanting to put on a performance. And so I really thought it was cute how she had all these little decorative flower boxes. And then little shells with even more and the potted plants and a little seat. And then my favorite feature of this entire flower shop is this lantern. Look how cute her little paper lantern turned out. Oh my gosh. It's the best. Absolute best. And then you go upstairs and she's got a sweets shop. Got a couple little stools and places for people to eat. A couple of planter boxes. And then look at this. She's got all of these different, she's got pie, cinnamon rolls. And we've been trying so hard to make sure that stuff is even partially stocked. Like, look how cute these stacked berry jam jars are. And then, of course, there are donut lanterns. So she's got those all over the place. So I absolutely love that Peachy did that. This build was definitely a challenge. Hold on. This might end up being 2 videos. It's dark. Hold on. Oh my god, this video is so long. Oh! Alright. Hi guys, welcome to the video. Today we are doing another V Origins. Hi guys, welcome to the video. welcome to the video. Today we are doing another V Origins Minecraft SMP Season 0 build walkthrough. Today's walkthrough is going to be mine and Peachy's combined build of Foxy Hollow. I'm so excited. Another one of the members, Peachy, was just like me, coming onto the server, not really having a lot of experience with Minecraft, especially with building. So we both decided that we wanted to challenge each other and ourselves to build something together that we could use at spawn. And so I thought that spawn was the perfect place to combine both her and I's love for the Croptopia mod and to create this wonderful little cafe where we've got a flower shop, a talent stage, a savory shop, a drink shop, and of course a dessert area. So I hope you enjoy this walkthrough of our Sleepy Fox Hollow build. All right, guys, so that was the Sleepy Fox Hollow build tour. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see y'all in V Origins SMP Season 1. Season 1's almost here, y'all. I'm so excited. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching my first ever Minecraft SMP build video. I'm very nervous. I'm not super great at building, so please be very kind to me. I was learning a lot during Season 0, and I feel very fortunate to have been a part of Season 0 and to be invited to be with these wonderful cast of people, and I cannot wait for Season 1. There will be one more video as... All right, everybody. Thank you so very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for being so patient and kind and loving and welcoming as I learned how to build and learn how to grow here on Minecraft SMP V Origins Season 0. And it's been a wonderful journey. I can't, bro. All right, everyone. So thank you so very much for being so patient and watching the video. I know it was kind of a long one and not what I normally do, but I just kind of wanted to show off a few of the things that I learned coming onto the server. I feel very fortunate to have been invited to be part of the V Origins Minecraft SMP Season 0, and I wanted to take a lot of time to learn about the different materials, the different mods, the different crafting things that I could do, and I learned so much, everyone. There may or may not be another video or two or a few of different builds here on the server that I'm trying to capture while people aren't online. So if you can find those or if you want to watch those, please check out my YouTube channel. If not, thank you so much for even just watching this video. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing y'all in Season 1.